Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now then, our special guest this morning is million-selling X Factor winner, Matt Cardle. Good morning to you. I should take that back, because... Truth be told, you sold more than 2 million records altogether, but it's only this week that I saw that your first...
the winner song.
Yeah, was a million-selling...
It's crazy, isn't it?
I was blown away by it. It's only about 100 odd in the 60 years that the chance have existed.
I know, it's an incredible thing, and I just want to thank everyone that's gone out.
I bet you do.
Thank you! and I'm sure, you know, Biffy Clyro, I also want to thank everyone. So on, you know, behalf of Simon and everyone.
Right. Now, Matt, of course, famously beat Rebecca Ferguson in some teen no-marks called One Direction a couple of years back. His debut single, When We Collide, as I said, sold 1 million copies, while his album Letters, released a year later, went double gold. I mean, I just still can't get over it. 1 million-selling record. I mean, you think, what does an average single sell today?
Oh,
40,000 for a hit?
Yeah, I mean, the way it is at the moment, it could be a lot less than that, you know. But, you know, it was 2 years ago, so people had a long time to be buying it.
Yeah, no, there is that. Modest to the core.
Yeah, it's been a steady burn, you know.
Now,
thank you.
The bit that I don't understand, there's lots of things I don't understand about the music business, is if I had an artist who's just come off a hit TV show, he sold 1 million copies of his first single, I would be sitting there thinking, you and I were going to make millions, Matt.
Yeah.
But actually, you and Simon Cowell and Columbia Records, you all went your separate ways.
Yeah, we did. I mean, the first album, you know, I kind of wrote that in the bubble still of the X Factor. It was a very strange kind of situation to be in whilst writing an album. But I wanted to, you know, get back to what I, you know best, which is the music that I write, which I've done for this album. And to go our separate ways was the only way to let that happen, you know.
Well, you never did Will Young any harm, did it, going his own way?
Exactly, yeah. I wasn't furious.
So you weren't furious. Was it sweet revenge? Was there a form of revenge there, or is this just the tabloid? Because it's so difficult to believe anything about the X Factor, because of course these stories pour out all the time.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's you know, the Red Tops love it, don't they? And there's a lot to write about, and it's always giving you more to write about as well, which is great. You know,
you're glad you did it, because of course I know from other musical people around, and not particularly famous ones, but I mean they've worked with you in the past. You were a jobbing musician long before X Factor.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't take it back for the world, you know, and I'd do it all again. It'd probably kill me second time round. You know, I got quite ill the first time, through fault of my own.
But I think, if I'm right in thinking, you've had health problems before, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, not seriously when I was a child. You know, I had cancer when I was very little. But I developed kind of borderline bronchopneumonia on the show. But that was for me going out and having a drink, and it was cold. You know, it was my fault, you know.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
I can say that now that I'm not with Simon.
Good, good. Now, is it nice to be free of him?
Well, no, I'm not free of him. I never felt like I was in his clutches, like people say, or anything like that. You know, I'm very grateful to Simon, Talkback Thames, and everyone that, you know, put the show on Psycho. But that was then, and this is now, you know. And I'm very happy now.
The new album, Fire. The Fire went straight into #8 in the charts. You pleased with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
My missus is in the business, and she was telling me that you play every instrument on the album yourself?
Yeah, well, I didn't go power crazy. I just wanted, as much as I could put in of myself this side of it, you know, it'd come out more me the other side, you know. So, and I have been playing drums and bass and electric and acoustic all my life, so I thought, why not? And it's
never
fun.
did Mike Oldfield any harm, did it?
Exactly.
The bells are massive.
Yeah, drums are one of the best instruments. You get to hit stuff.
OK. Now, It's Only Love is the first single to be cold from the album. The video is absolutely stunning. Have a look at this. This is the album that's taken from The Fire. Where was that filmed?
That was
beautiful.
Yeah, that was shot in a place called Palmdale, just outside of Los Angeles.
Palmdale?
Yeah.
Frank Zappa used to play there. He mentions it in one of his albums. Just what I mentioned that, yeah.
A slightly Forrest Gump-inspired video, you know, with the road and the location, definitely. But it was good fun. It was hot. That day was
I've got to ask you this,
boiling hot.
because the first time the only time I've ever heard Palm down until you just mentioned it then is in this Frank Zappa song. He said it used to be a great place for raising turkeys. Did you see turkeys
I didn't
out there?
see any turkeys.
Right, thank you.
I saw a few, you know, cactus.
And is it true you had to overcome a fear of flying to get there?
Well, I don't know about overcome it, but suppress it with gin and, you know, and sleeping pills.
Have you tried any of the courses going on? Any of the courses?
Well, I did when I was really little. You know, my parents, bless them, you know,
You've got
sent
it
me on a
properly
course.
bad, then.
But yeah, and the thing is, I've spent more time in the air than I have on the floor this year, so I'm not over it. I still don't like it. Yeah. As soon as it starts bumping, I'm like,
oh no, I think we're all
drop me out.
we're all in that. Now, what about questions from you guys? Jeremy.
Yeah, Matt, is it true that you've been banned, to go back to the X Factor thing, from promoting the fire on X Factor? Will they not let you on now?
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm not sure if ban's the right word. The thing is, I'm not with Simon anymore, so I suppose it would be like Tesco's promoting an Asda product. I mean, they just wouldn't do it. It's business, and I get it, you know, it's fine.
Strictly sometimes puts on X Factor people, though, doesn't it? Then you think that really is the sort of BBC promoting ITV.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't rub it in, man.
Come on. You know, I was fine with it until now. You know? Well, there's still a couple of weeks left, you know.
It's a funny old game. What about you, Tasha?
The lucky charm. The hat.
I know, I had to
What's
try
happening to it?
I had to try and smarten up a little bit. It was the old dear.
So do you have some other lucky thing now?
Yeah, I got lucky socks and pants.
You've got lucky socks?
I do wash them, you know. I wash everything. Don't know where I was going with that.
Lucky tattoos as well, Screechy's shouting out. Is that right in my ear? Yeah?
Well, it's just more
Those
OCD.
the lyrics, in case you forget them.
Yeah. I'm going to
No.
be like the guy at Prison Break soon. I'll be like, you know, but that's a bit of OCD. That's what that is. I've got that done in LA.
OK, so how many have you got then?
A few. There's some there. I've got a fresh one under there, but it's a bit painful at the moment. So try not to.
I can't see anything. Is it words or lines?
It's a Leonard Cohen poem.
Which one?
This one.
OK.
Can you read that?
Hold it up, Matt.
Oh right. Sorry.
Which one is it? Or is it just a poem?
1,000
or a song?
Kisses Deep.
1,000 Kisses. He's a smart
It's a dedication to my uncle.
OK, and the story about that is?
Well, it's the last thing we did together before he passed away was watch that, you know, and it was it was a hell of a moment.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful to carry with you. Listen, it's absolutely fantastic to have you here.
Thank you for having me here.
No, it's my pleasure, it really is. And obviously we've got plenty of your fans in as well.